Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ira Hussein and I am your teenage teacher. If you're trying to memorize dozens of SAT math formulas, stop. The good news is that you don't actually need a giant formula sheet to do well on the SAT. Most questions test whether you understand relationships, not whether you can recite equations from memory. In the next 7 minutes, I'll show you every major formula you need, explain what it really means, and give you simple ways to remember it naturally. Let's get started. One more thing I want to let you guys in on before we get started is to click the link in the description box because it takes you to Test Prep Online where you can find multiple practice tests for SAT, PSAT, and even the MAP to help you boost your score even more than it is now. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, linear equations. The first formula is probably the one you'll see the most. Y equals mx plus b. People memorize it, but they don't know what it means. Here's the easy way. M is the slope, and B is where the line starts on the y-axis. Think of slope as, how much do I go up for every step I move right? If the slope is 3, you go up 3 every time you move right 1. You don't have to memorize anything complicated. Just remember, slope equals rise over run. That's it. Whether you see a graph, think, how steep is it? Okay, next one is distance formula. The distance formula scares a lot of students. It looks like this. Square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. It looks very scary, but here's a secret. It's literally just the Pythagorean theorem. Imagine 2 points. Draw a horizontal line and a vertical line. You've just made a right triangle. The horizontal change is one leg. The vertical change is another leg. Now use a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. That's where distance formula comes from. You're not just memorizing something new. You're just using something you already know. Okay, Pythagorean theorem. Speaking of which, the SAT loves a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. It only works on right triangles though. The longest side is always the hypotenuse. One quick shortcut. You should know these triplets. 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13, and 8, 15, 17. If you have a triangle and you only get the lengths 3 and 4, you'll automatically know that the fifth one is 5 because it's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Same with 8, 15, 17. If you get 15 and 17, you'll know that the other one is 8 because it's a triplet. These show up surprisingly often. Instead of calculating, you'll recognize them instantly. Free points. We like free points. Okay, here we go with area formulas. You don't need 20 different area formulas. You only need a few. For a rectangle, it's just the length times the width. And a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Do you notice something? A triangle is literally half of a rectangle. Easy. For a circle, it's pi r squared. Here's a memory trick for you. You're finding how much space is inside. The radius gets multiplied by itself. Now circumference, 2 pi r, or pi times diameter. Think of it of circumference as walking around the outside of a circle. Area is inside, circumference is outside. That's much easier than memorizing random symbols. Okay, and here we go with the volume. Volume is even simpler. For prisms, it's length times width times height. You're just stacking layers, that's all. For a cylinder, area of the circle times height. Since the base is a circle, it's pi r squared times height. Again, don't memorize, understand. You're taking the area of a base and stacking it upward. Volume is always base area times height. Okay, now here's a toughie. Quadratics. Students panic when they hear quadratic. Don't. The important formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Will you sometimes need it? Yes. Should it be your first choice? No. The SAT usually prefers factoring or using Desmos. Only use the quadratic formula when nothing else works. Think of it as your backup plan, not your first plan. All right, and here's our last one, exponents and percents. These aren't formulas, they're patterns. Percent increased, new value equals original times 1 plus a decimal. For a 20% increase, multiply by 1.20. For a 20% decrease, multiply by 0.80. That's how much faster than doing multiple steps. For exponents, remember, same base, add exponents when multiplying, subtract exponents when dividing. This memorizing doesn't need any flashcards. You just have to remember what's happening. Here is the biggest takeaway. High SAT scores don't win because they memorized more formulas. They win because they understand where formulas come from. When you know the idea behind a formula, you don't have to panic if you forget a symbol. You can rebuild it. And that's exactly what the SAT rewards. If you found this helpful, keep practicing one concept at a time. Understanding will always beat memorization. Good luck on your SAT. You've got this. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want more SAT prep, click the link in my description so you can get practice tests so you can work on specific areas that you struggle on SAT, PSAT, or the MAP. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.